The Pipe Strip, arguably the best Garfield comic, is 40 years old today. So to celebrate, I'm going to go through every July 27th Garfield strip for the past 40 years and talk about every single one of them. So here we go. So first up we have the Pipe Strip. I'm not going to talk about this one really because what more is there to say that hasn't already been said? This one's good. Looking at this, I kind of prefer the old John and Liz comics. I feel like the jokes were a lot better in these, and now it's just sort of like whatever. But like this old relationship that they had where she was the vet and she hated John, there was a lot more opportunity for good jokes. And this is a good joke. Good job, Jim Davis. Comic number 3. There's really not a lot to say about this one. It is cute though. It's cute. It makes me miss these older strips when, you know, Garfield was a cat and he did cat things, and that was the point of the comic. Because this is cute. I like it. 4 comics in, and we've already found our first I Hate Mondays joke. I mean, as far as I Hate Mondays jokes go, it's not bad. It's an alright one. I mean, there's nothing to it really. It's fine. I sort of like these ones. Like the at night ones where it uses this different style to it. I like how these look. I don't know what it is about them exactly. I like how they look. The joke, it's fine. This one too, the joke's just kind of like, it's whatever. I really like how this one's drawn though. Garfield's design here, it's like halfway between the old, super old Garf and what we have now, and it just looks cool. I don't know what the word is. I like how it looks. And Odie too. I think Odie looks really cute here. I definitely like his old design much better than his modern one. These ones bother me a lot more than they should, where John responds to something that Garfield thinks when he wouldn't know what Garfield's thinking. It bugs me, but you know, whatever. This is a good one. Garfield in all 3 of these panels is adorable, and I like that fancy Z there. That's a good Z. I don't know what it is about John's face. I'm just now noticing John's face. It looks weird. Is Odie a wizard? What is happening here? I like this one. I like it when they get away from the house setting and they do something a little more interesting with the environments. And Muffin in the last panel there, I gotta say I like the design. That's a scary dog, and the all the bones all over the place. It's a nice touch. I also like how, because on the Sunday Garfield strips, it always has like that top part with the Garfield logo, and then it's usually just like some weird visual gag. But no, this one actually ties into the story of the comic, which is really cool. I like that. This one's just kind of whatever. There's not a whole lot to say here. I like that I Heart Fish button on John's hat. That's cool, I guess. I'm stretching for something to say on this one. There's not a whole lot to it. I like in Garfield comics when John's family on the farm appears, or Garfield's family appears. It just feels like a nice bit of world building outside of just these characters living in this house, sleeping and eating lasagna. So the mention of Garfield's grandfather here, who has actually appeared in a comic strip before. I might talk about that at some point. But I think that's cool. I like that. I always like these ones too, where Garfield sees Normal doing something cute and he's getting all the attention, and then he tries to replicate it and it just doesn't work. I think these are funny, and it's sad that we don't really get these very often now. We don't really see Normal at all in the modern comics, which is kind of a shame. Garfield, guess what? Your life is hopelessly pointless? I think my bunny slippers are in love. I stand corrected. There's nothing to say about this one. Let's move on. I like the face John's making in that last panel. It reminds me of another very popular Garfield comic strip. If you're a Garf fan, you know the one. I like this one just because it's weird. Garfield is just he's just had enough of this clock waking him up. The first couple years of Garfield, I think are actually pretty funny. I like those quite a bit. And a lot of the more recent ones too, I think, are just so strange. And but between the now Garfield comics and the earlier Garfield comics, there was kind of a rough patch in there of this. It's not great. Okay, I like this one though. This one's funny. Even though Garfield's, like around Garfield's mouth, that is colored incorrectly. I'm very disappointed in that mistake. I don't know what they were thinking, but the joke's here. I like this one. And then we have another one that's I'm so indifferent towards. It's like Garfield likes food. That is the joke. Yeah, it's whatever. This one's just like, why is there a manhole in Garfield's house? What is John doing? Is Lyman down there? Yeah, the joke in this one's alright. I mostly just like how this one looks. Like the colors and the shading are just really nice on this one. Didn't we just have a manhole joke? And now there's another one, like 2 years later? That's weird. That's weird. That's weird that would be on the same day too. What? This one's cute, and I really like how Garfield's drawn in the first 2 panels. Not a lot to say. This one's cute. I like it. There's not much to say here. Odie in the last panel's funny, I guess. Give him that thumbs up. I don't know. This one's fine, I guess. There's nothing really special about it. It's not really terrible. It's fine. This one we have the dog who isn't being threatening because he's self-conscious about his braces. Why does a dog have braces? Garfield is even confused, and it's his comic strip. This one's okay, I guess. These years, there's like so many years of just mediocre at best Garfield strips. Why? I want to get to the good stuff. But in all seriousness, I do like the little Sunday panel up there. That looks nice. This one makes me laugh, and I don't even know why. Garfield just runs in and grabs the donut bagel right out of John's hands, and then is cheering. It's not really that funny, but it makes me laugh. I think part of it's John's face in that last panel. Like some of these, the joke isn't really that funny, but it's saved by the way that it's drawn. So this one gets a pass from me. This one raises questions. Why does Odie have a beware of the dog sign? Odie's never really been shown to be aggressive towards people. He's supposed to be like dumb and happy. So I don't know why he's out in the yard with a sign saying beware of the dog. And I don't know. It's weird. So this one's a little hard to talk about because this was actually in the middle of the storyline where John and Liz get together. So as it's like part of the middle of a story, it's kind of hard to talk about on its own. So I'm just gonna say I'm gonna talk about this storyline at a later time. John's back goes out and Garfield goes to eat his pudding, and John knows what's up. He knows Garfield's going for that pudding. There's nothing really to say about this one. It doesn't do anything interesting visually. The joke's passable. Okay, I like this one's really sweet. It's John is like, I hope you're not planning anything special for my birthday, Garfield, because he knows that Garfield's a selfish jerk and he's not gonna do anything for John's birthday. But then in the end, he does do something. I want to do something for John's birthday, and it's sweet. That might not go in the video. And then literally the next year, John's like, hey, don't get me anything for my birthday. I know I said this last year, and you ended up doing something for my birthday, and now this year Garfield's just like, no. Rolf is a very weird looking character, and I don't like him. This one's nice. You know, Garfield and Liz are defending John. That's, you know, good for them. It's nice to see John get a win for one. Well, sort of. I mean, he did get sand kicked in his face still. I don't know. It's John being a dork. You know, it's one of those comics. I feel like I'm saying the same thing about most of these comic strips. There's not a lot to talk about with most of these. I'm just now realizing kind of why I like the old Liz-John relationship better when she was just the vet and not John's girlfriend. It's when she and John got together, it's like she's in all of these comics. I mean, she's been in like most of these since 2007, just in this video. Where's my cat destroying? Anyway, but yeah, she kind of like took over the comic a lot, which isn't, I don't know, I mean, I get it, like Jim's trying to spice things up, change things up, so, I mean, at that point he'd been doing this for like 30 years, I mean, obviously he'd probably be needing some ideas, so a shake-up like this was probably needed. I don't know if it was a good or a bad thing. It was a thing, and I'm merely pointing out that it was a thing, and I've talked about this for way too long. Let's move on. Wait. Hold up. Okay, so I thought that, like, John's birthday was, like, coming up, like, the day after, but no. This July 27th is John's birthday. John Arbuckle was born on Pipe Strip Day. The cat stole his pipe on his birthday. I gotta tell people about this. So I talked about Odie having magical abilities like several years ago in this video. It's confusing. Maybe John also has some magical abilities because he summoned a volcano to their neighborhood on his birthday. I can't get over that. And then we have this. It's not really funny. I'm sorry. It's not that great of a Garfield comic. But I like the facial expressions in that middle panel. Cool. This is another one that's just like whatever. Time marches on. That would not have been my guess. That's a good one, Garfield. I'm really proud of you for that one, Garfield. All right, this is another one. There's another to talk about here. Whatever. It's gonna be 5 days until the actual 27th of July. So when you see me reviewing the final strip for this video, I'm probably gonna be in a different location, a different outfit, the lighting's gonna be different. So
All set. Move